Hey guys, been wanting to do training log videos for a while, and now that I've just finished my first cycle post-quarantine, starting the second one, now's a good time. You'll see here a 305 kilo pause squat, which was the grand goal of my first cycle post-quarantine. Basic goal was to just get back used to heavy weights again, and get my work capacity back up. During quarantine, I only had 5 45-pound plates, a bar, squat rack, and bench. So didn't really have the best training situation. Managed to maintain bench strength fairly well, but squat and deadlifts definitely took a hit. My first day back in the gym, normal gym that is, I tried a 606-pound single, which is around 90%, and it was definitely slow and shaky. It moved fine, but it felt slow, felt shaky, super unstable. I just wasn't confident with it at all. So the goal of this first training cycle, with squats in particular, was to just get back used to heavy weights. So what I did was I had a planned progression on pause squats that I do for top sets. I chose pause squats because, like I said, I was lacking confidence and feeling shaky. I felt pause squats were easier to control than a competition squat, and also it's lower absolute load, so body's more used to it, better suited for pushing than a normal squat. And it went very well. The progression I hit every week and exceeded it. I was well within my RPE range, and that 305 kilos I was pretty happy with. Wasn't the fastest, but form held up pretty well, and in a few weeks to turn around and get back to where I was, I'm pretty happy with the results. On bench, I had a bit of a different goal. Past year or so, I've been dealing with a shoulder injury, so what I wanted to do was work back up to the volume levels that I had before, when I was at the peak of my bench strength, when I hit my 405-pound bench press, which is still my lifetime best so far, and slowly build up work capacity to that. And I found that when I was trying to push intensity a bit much, it was definitely aggravating the shoulder. So I've just been really submaximal, really slowly pushing, and I feel like I'm finally at the point where I'm more or less where I was work capacity wise, and closing in on strength to the 405-pound bench press. If I look at the numbers I was hitting, the volume I was hitting right before, I'm almost there where I am now in my training, and I'm really happy with that. On deadlifts, the past 2 or almost 3 years now on deadlifts haven't been the best progress. This cycle, though, before Canadian Nationals was definitely the best cycle in a while. So what I did differently there was I just stayed away from top sets for a while. Just worked sub-maximal volume, lower relative percentages than bench and squats. I was actually doing the same weights on squats for similar reps on deadlift, even though my deadlift max is higher. And then I'd work up my top sets after that, and found it went really well. So that cycle post-quarantine, I was basically doing that, no top sets, pushing volume, and started off with a single you'll see in this video where I do 290 kilos, 640 pounds, and it moved pretty well compared to my similar single with 290 kilos to start after doing the sub-maximal volume for a while. So this was before Canadian Nationals. I think they moved at a similar speed, so I'm definitely happy with how deadlifts are going there. Ready to finally start pushing those. So that's basically the summary of this past cycle, post-quarantine, what's been up with me. So as for my plans going forward, well, with Worlds being cancelled, I was going to go do that in June. It got postponed October and September, and now it's just been outright cancelled. I'd like to do a meet in the fall or winter, one at the end of the year. I like to do 2 or 3 meets a year. It keeps you from getting stagnant, always something to work towards, and it's just a fun experience for me, at least. I know some people don't like meets, but I definitely love the meet atmosphere and competing. So I'll be looking to do a meet local near me if I can. There's some planned ones, but I guess they're a bit tentative given the whole COVID situation. I'd say, relatively speaking, my area has been not very hard hit at all by it. Vancouver, BC, we've definitely been very lucky, relatively low cases, so I'm optimistic that those meets will happen. But even if they don't, I could do a mock meet. I'm fairly confident that even if things start getting shut down, I could have access to competition specific equipment, so it'd be a fairly legitimate mock meet all in all. So if worst comes to worst, I could do that. So what I'll just be doing in these coming weeks is start focusing more on singles in general. I'll still do some top sets that are reps because I think they definitely have a place in building confidence. I think they're also less fatiguing in general. I'd rather do a maximal set of 5 than a maximal single. I think it takes less out of me. Some people may be different, but that's just me. But the skill of doing a single and performing just 1 rep, you see a lot of people do high reps, including me in the gym, and it just doesn't seem to come together to a big single on the platform. So that's definitely something I think you have to practice in the gym. Performing a single, it's all that matters for powerlifting at the end of the day. It's not what 5 rep max you get in the gym, it's what 1 rep you get in the platform. So I'll be focusing on pushing those singles and just keep pushing sub-maximum volume. It's really how I like to program for me. So the videos you'll be seeing here is basically my last 2 weeks of programming. Videos going forward of this training log, I'll probably do every 1 or 2 weeks of training. The lifts I do, they don't change much. It's basically just progressing reps over 3-week cycles, resetting and adding weight. It's boring, but it really works. Don't switch up variations very much unless I feel like one is just going terribly, or I feel like I've basically worked through the progression as much as I can. The variation's not going to progress anymore and I need to move on to another one. So what I want to do for these videos is I can also answer people's questions about my training specifics, talk about reps, sets, volume level, intensity, exercise selection, why I chose certain exercises, things like that. I'll probably go over a few aspects of my program. Each video I'll pick a couple things on my own that I want to talk about, but also if there's anything specific you want to hear about from me, like frequency, anything like that, just leave comments below. I'll be sure to look through them. I'll be looking for ones that are asked a lot or got lots of thumbs up, and I'll go over them in videos. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm not somebody who likes to be secretive with their programming. I'll be very open with it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other questions too, things like form, other questions about powerlifting in general, I'll be happy to go over. So leave the comments below. Like the video and subscribe if you can. It really helps support the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.